All right, so let's begin the show. And today, a very special topic. We are going to discuss about the RBI portal called UDGAM. Now, this is a portal where you will get information about any unclaimed money if that belongs to you or anyone in your family. How does this portal work, and how can you get the information? What all banks are a part of this portal, and what kind of money are we talking about? Be it your savings account or your deposits account. Let's get you all the details. Today I have with me Mrin Agarwal, founder, director of FinSafe. Mrin, good evening. Welcome to the show. So a lot's been going on regarding claiming the unclaimed amount of money. You know, we've had surprising figures sometime back, the money that's lying unclaimed in savings account and fixed deposits, even shares for that matter. So now RBI has really started acting quick on this, and we have this UDGAM portal where apparently 30 banks, if I'm not wrong, are a part of this particular portal, and they have given the information of the unclaimed amount that's lying with them. What is it all about?
So good evening, Kavita. Lovely to be here today on the Money Show. And yes, I think this is a great move for individuals to have a portal like this where you have information available from 30 banks. So essentially, this Udgam portal, it's facilitated by RBI. And it's a website where depositors can view information regarding all the unclaimed deposits. Now, when it was launched early this year, then it had only about 7 banks, but now that has been increased to 30 banks. And essentially, what happens out here is that if an unclaimed deposit, so what's an unclaimed deposit? So, for example, if there have been balances lying in savings account or current account, and these accounts have not been operated for 10 years, or there have been fixed deposits which have been lying unclaimed for 10 years. That means from the date of maturity, 10 years has passed and nobody has come to claim these deposits. So what typically happens is that these amounts actually get moved to something known as the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund, or DEAF. And this is a fund of RBI basically, right? So now, earlier on, what used to happen was that if the family member, let's say, of an individual realizes that there are these unclaimed amounts, and you know these unclaimed amounts happen mainly, I think a lot of them happen in cases of death, right? So let us say a family member realizes that you know these amounts are unclaimed, then they have to approach all the individual bank themselves. And of course, there's going to be a lot of paperwork, you know, with each bank, there's going to be separate paperwork. And it's also very time consuming because once it moved to DEAF to get it out from there, there is a process to do it. So obviously, being a process, it is going to take some amount of time. And what has really been simplified now is that there is this one portal where you have information given by 30 banks, and you can go to this one portal and of course you have to create an account and put in some information, and based on that you can get all the details of the unclaimed deposits.
Let's just get more in depth with this. But before that, what's the unclaimed amount exactly are we talking about?
If I'm not mistaken, I think 25,000 crores, if I'm not mistaken.
25,000, or I think it's beyond 40,000 crores, because
40,000.
it's savings and fixed deposits. So there are 30 banks which are a part of this portal. I want to understand. So these are PSU, private, all sort of banks which have given information?
Yes, so of course, in the PSU side, you have SBI and you have Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, Federal Bank. You also have foreign banks like Citibank, Standard Chartered Bank, and then of course you have the Indian private sector banks. So you've got ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank. You've got HSBC, of course. So Kotak Mahindra again, Axis Bank. So pretty much, I think, you know, most of the large banks are there. There are also some cooperative bank like the Saraswat Cooperative Bank. And of course, there's Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank as well. So there are quite a few banks. There are 30 banks that are there right now. And I think, you know, that's pretty much a very, very large part of our banking sector in India.
So the total amount is 42,270 crores in the fiscal 2023, which is 28% higher than the last year data. Mrin. That's like a lot of money, and this includes savings and fixed deposit from, and this is unclaimed. That's unbelievable. What is the reason why it gone unclaimed? People not having nominees in place?
I would think that most of these would be death cases. And, I have seen many such cases where when an individual passes, the family members are pretty unaware of where the individual had their accounts or their deposits. And hence, for them to actually even figure out what's there, and, maybe they don't have the right paperwork. But I would think it's because of the lack of awareness of the individual's holdings that a lot of these just lie unclaimed.
Rin, once you log on to this, first of all, what's the portal's name? It's just Udgam, where,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So
I think
we
it's
log in over there, okay,
yeah.
we do the registration, and after that, what's the process?
Yeah, so like any other portal, of course, you'll have to register, giving an ID proof and stuff like that. And once you do that, then you have, again, you can search for the account holders' information, and there are a set of documents that you can search it with. So, of course, PAN is something, driving license, passport details, or even voter ID individual. They can use that information and then get the information about the unclaimed deposits of the account holder.
There'll be basic documents that one would ask for, Aadhaar card, passport number, voter ID, etc. Just in case you don't have it and it's a case of someone who's deceased, then
I think there should be a provision then, but of course, the individual always has the option. See, at least even if you can get to know, I know it'll be a little difficult if you don't have any of these documents. I think then it's quite difficult to actually figure out, what to do, but in most cases, the PAN would be there.
so we just get the information about the money which is lying in a particular bank. The bank in the end will allot you the money. But just in case you want to figure out if there is some unclaimed amount, you need to go on the portal, or when you know that you have an unclaimed amount, you know the bank's name also, then you go on the portal.
Well, ideally, it's the first situation where you don't know where the money is. That's where I think the portal would be more useful, because if you know the bank details, then you can always approach the bank directly and start the claim process, right? But I think in the cases where you don't know about the unclaimed amount, I think this is where it becomes more helpful. The portal becomes more helpful.
One last question, Mrin. How different is this from IEPF?
Uh, the yeah, I'm a little not so sure on that, but yeah, I think this is the fund. I'm sorry, the IEPF is where the unclaimed amounts from stocks and other instruments, I think, lie over there basically.
It's fund which is associated to several stock markets related investment instruments. We talk about debentures, we talk about dividends and shares of public companies, and application money due, which is there for refund, is also available. And mature deposits that comes under company deposit schemes are also a part of IEPFs.
Yeah, all other instruments
Exactly.
basically.
So I think
Sorry about that confusion.
that's okay. It happens. So
Yeah.
Udgam is more about your savings and your fixed deposits.
Yeah.
More banking related deposits, and this is your investments, which is all part of your equity market. All right, I think that will be all. Thank you so much, Min, for being a part of this show and helping our viewers with this today. On that note, let's take a quick break, but then post that, let's get our viewers connected and let's do their live financial planning after this break. But then just in case you are someone who is watching us live and want to ask us any question, you can do that quickly on our WhatsApp number 865-797-4571. You can also email us your question on themoneyshow@etnow.tv. See you after this break.